Hi there. So I am going to show you how to change the default location of where packages are installed. Let me move myself here. I'm actually working just in the console down here. We can work there because we're just working, doing this one time. We don't need to save the code. We're not doing it again. So to see where packages are installed, just type .libpaths and that will show you, as I explain in this document, you'll potentially see two if you're on Windows. So basically what we need to do is we need to tell R, hey, let's not install packages in on the network drive or in a location where you have to be an admin to be able to do that. We'll create a folder and then tell R to install there. So the way to do that is we can actually change the place where it's installed. Whoops, that's not what I want. Hold on, let me. So, oops, this is actually where this project is that I'm working in. Let me just change this. Let me just put it like, that's fine, in my documents. So if I run that, oh, you know what it is? I forgot. Quote there. Okay, now I can type .libpaths again, and you can see that it now shows up there. So what that means is if I do install.packages, I don't actually want to install tidyverse because that'll take a little bit. Let me do, well, I'll do the use this package, which we're actually going to install in a second. That is going to install it. You can see it's installing it into that documents location. So if I go David Kai's documents, you can see actually there is use this. Okay. So the problem, so this is fine, like you could do it that way. The problem with that is you'd have to run that libpaths and tell it to where to install things every single time. So we actually want to set R up to have a default location where it installs packages that is correct. And so to do that, well, let me show you first of all why that doesn't work. So if I restart R and now I type libpaths, you can see it just goes back to that default. So to do that, we've got to, again, set that default. So for now, so if you're having trouble with this, we're going to actually need to install the use this package. Now, if you can't install packages, you can't just hit install.packages and have it work. Obviously, it's not working. That's why you're doing this. So to do that, make a folder like I did here in libpaths, then do install packages use this. After you've done that, we're going to type library use this, which will give us access to it. And then you're going to type edit R environ. What that will do is will bring up a special file called your R environ folder. It allows you to set what are called environment variables. For our purposes, what that will do is it will just enable us to tell R, hey, this is always where you should install packages. So I'm going to set R libs user equals, and then in quotes, let me actually just copy it from here. That users David Kai's documents. Okay. You'll see when I run that, it tells me we do need to restart R for changes to take effect. So I'll go ahead just here, session, restart R. What that does is when R starts up, it looks for an environment variable called R libs user, and it will tell you it will use that as the package install location. So to show you that hopefully worked, yeah, if I run libpaths, you can see now by default it does that. So in other words, we have to run the lib, this thing every time. We can just by setting it one time here, it should work. And just to be clear, if you're on Windows, what I would do is I would type like C documents, and then I would make a folder called like C documents, like, whoops, R packages or something like that. And that's where, and actually to be safe, I would just do no spaces. So then it will, and obviously you'll need to, go into the equivalent of your Finder. I'm on a Mac, obviously it's not exactly the same, but make that folder in your documents folder. All right, I'm going to actually delete this, but just so you know, now once I do this, once I have set my, put that back the way it was. Once I have set my rlibs user here and I run, I can see that every time I start up, like just show you if I start up again and type libpaths, it's installing there. So now any packages that I install, like let's say I want to install the skimr package, if I do that, it's going to be installed in this location. And so that's how you can make sure that you can install packages. You don't have to worry about admin rights. It's not going to install on a network drive. It will work for you, or it should work for you every time.